Not yet. Okay, I need everyone to be quiet, pay attention. I'll be writing down your stuff. I need everyone to pay attention to the person that's speaking. On your go, Pettway.
Is America ready for war? It goes beyond armed forces. It is rooted in economic stability and more of the nation. Both Rome and U.S. government chief executive, they both serve as military commanders. But unlike us Americans, Rome doesn't have a constitution, but they do have three distribution powers: executive, legislative, and judicial powers. They both establish economic, military, and cultural institutions that the rest of the world and even their own community take for granted. For example, Rome Empire had an economic crisis, farming problems, and disconnection from their community and the elites, and also just having problems with imbalancing from rich to poor. In the 4th century, Rome had confronted Germany, and in 410, King Alaric had effectively attacked them for decades until 455. Next, we'll talk about the comparisons of the superpower that the United States currently enjoys and the power of Rome formerly maintained. Every problem Rome had led to a force that was too weak to fight an opponent who was at least as strong as it was. Rome religious divisions and similarities to the U.S. that wasn't always a Christian state before Christianity developed and the diversity of its population caused Christianity to decline. The rise of the new religion has been blamed by some for the collapse of the Roman Empire because it overlapped with the introduction of Christianity. The simplest explanation for Western Rome collapse blames a run of military defeats of the hands of the hostile.
Now we're going to make a direct comparison between America and Rome. America has taken a playbook directly from Rome. The entire infrastructure is based on the same makeup as Rome. 3 branches of government: legislative, judicial, and executive. We still have those today. According to the Britannica, the final blow given to Rome was in 476, given by the Visigoths. But prior to that, the country was already facing economic stability. They have an over-reliance of slave labor, and there was the rise of another superpower. Just gonna make the comparisons between the two. As you know, America faces its own economic instability as well. We are 1/3 of the world's national debt or global debt. Another separation for Rome was the gap widening between the rich and the poor, the separation of powers. As you know, now we in America have done away with the middle class. It's only the lower class and the rich class. That separation protects the rich and keep us in our stagnant place. Another issue was the overspending. Rome had spread as far as the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Euphrates, according to the Britannica. By doing this, they were unable to pour their resources into the nation, and they had to overflow into the war efforts. America faced that same issue, just coming off a 20-year-long war, where we had spent a total of $226 trillion, according to Forbes. That is a total of $750 million for each Afghan civilian. Along with overspending and government corruption, as stated in the introduction, the rise of Christianity was the fatal blow to Rome. As you know, they were a polytheistic country with a pantheon of gods. Constantine came in and erased that whole belief, which was the fall of Rome.
We have looked at reasons that has brought us to whether America is ready for a war or a defeated end. First, from the standpoint of economic stability. Like Rome, America has been overspending at a great level. The collateral damages by itself will put anyone at an uproar for the carelessness in the rules or non-rules of engagement. Too much money going to other countries for America's carelessness in direct war fighting costs. We need to be more strategic in our attacks and not be so trigger happy with adrenaline. Rome was under constant attack for the past few decades. And just like America too, we have been at war with Iraq, and Afghanistan for the past 2 decades. This constant fighting and spending made it easy for Rome to fall, being too preoccupied with fighting. That who has time to advance in any new technologies? So far, Russia and China both are the only 2 superpowers that have EMP technologies. And America need not to tie her hands thinking that we can fight a war that we're not prepared for. God forbid that the main circuit breakers get broken. We can't fly our jets or anything that has to do with electricity. We would have to go back to the future to fight a war in these new technology times. Lastly, looking at the morale of the nation. In order for any country or people to accomplish anything that they're trying to do, they must be one thing: together. Politics, individual standards, wealth, and differences divide us and bring morale low. Rome, they relied on slaves to break up the fields. Now we have a choice. And because of all the inequality being done, few are joining the military now. And what's so sad about that? It's in public domain. And if it's in public domain, don't you know that even the enemy that wants to bring you down can get this information? Knowing the state of the opposing team, if it's bad, you know that gives the other team an advantage, and you know that's half the battle. There are some that believe that if America went to war, that we would not succeed. In listening to different conversations, people are saying that we have been in too long of peaceful times, that now, to protect this country, the people that are protecting our country, they're being very relaxed about it now. It's not serious to them. We have people out there that are in constant war mentality, but we're not there, and we need to get there. It is stated that there is no sign that the armed forces or the defense establishment, more broadly, is intellectually prepared for a Sino-American war. Now, let's look at something. If America went to war, let's say with China, with its advanced technology, and they have more people than us, do you think that we have the strategies to win? Or will we have to wave that white flag